2002 Winter Olympics. It will host opening ceremonies again in 2034. Back to you.
All right, Ollie. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Run the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. Tough spot in the middle. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Utes want to move quickly.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They'll run out of the gun here with Parker. Plows through the defense.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Tavian St. Clair escapes the pressure going right. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Again, it's Wayshawn Parker. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a 4th down conversion. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
From the gun. Hit and dropped, and he got... Nothing on 1st down. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself, estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. Throwing St. Clair. Left side, it's Parker. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. Third down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first down.
They'll give it to Parker. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
To the air, it's St. Clair. Fires to the tight end. And the catch of the end zone. Touchdown, getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. He's going for it all. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Utah. One big play, not only the interception, but the great return for the score. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic.
changed conferences.
Snags it, and there's running room. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Out wide left, it's Casper. Breaks into the open. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Buying time to his right. Fires downfield. Got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cougar!
There's really never any doubt with this guy. The coaching staff always talks about his leadership and his mental toughness. That was a bad interception on the opening drive, but he's able to turn the page and show you his short-term memory and just come out and stay aggressive, sling it around a little bit, and this offense is able to answer with a touchdown of their own.
And how nice is it if you're a coordinator to have a guy like that you can depend on? Like, he doesn't dwell on the one mistake. He doesn't let it turn into two. A lot of times you can see that snowball effect, man. Just a nice bounce back for him individually and for this offense to put the early turnover behind him.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Changing the routes with his receivers. Tavian on the play action. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. First play of the period will be a second down. Handoff for Parker. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there. Just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
St. Clair from the gun on third down. Out wide right, it's Parker. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on fourth. St. Clair to throw for it on fourth. Makes the grab, pass to Parker. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted to fourth down to keep the drive going.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They give running right is Parker. Got enough for the first down. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Run out of bounds after the long game, and they've got it now first and goal. St. Clair. Left side, it's Johnson. Touchdown, Hughes! And they take it in for 6 more points. On to attempt to try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal with a 7-yarder for the score. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks early in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Throws to the tight end. Out wide left, it's Phillips. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Cougars come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Here's Underwood to throw. Rolls right. Nice run there. Picks up a few. They'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least... hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run. You got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Grabs it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Henderson. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, BYU!
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Got an alley. Powers through the defender. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line as they are threatening to score.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run him again. Turning it on. Across the 50-yard line and not stopped until he brought it to the 47.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
St. Clair. Right side, it's Barnes. Caught, and he's got room. Inside the 10. Almost took it all the way with a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
I tell you, as a play caller in this offense, when you have all this speed, sometimes you just look at your play sheet and pick a play because you know it's going to work. Big play before, now you got another big one lining you up here first and goal.
Here's Parker. Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
And the extra point splits the uprights. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to it. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look forward to seeing this running back. Can he be physical? Because you know the anger, the animosity, all the stuff that comes with these rivalry games, you need your running back to set the tone and have a great game.
Rolling, Underwood. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has him set up in business. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Making the adjustment on the play. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. He's got it on the move. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Utes! They'll try to add another to their lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. That is their freshman offensive lineman. And boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on that. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Underwood. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, but just couldn't reel it in.
3rd and long coming up. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They go play action with St. Clair. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Utes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Throwing St. Clair. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Here's a gift to Parker. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Timeout taken by BYU at 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. From the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. He's got it on the run. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And he finds this guy again on the outside. I tell you what, man, that's the matchup down here in this part of the field. You find your guy that you trust and you get him the football. He does the rest. I tell you what, I thought he was going to score for a second and get in, but now set up with this offense, 1st and goal in a great situation.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Utah! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Here's the return from inside his 10. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Trying to do it himself. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. 2nd and long here. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Looking for Cougars are going to use their third and final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target. And his speed got him to the point to come away with the pick.
The handoff. It's a fumble. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with a look at Penn State taking on the number 14 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Nittany Lions who win it on their home turf. They take pride in protecting their dirt, so to speak, and they did so today. This will push them to 2-0 on the season.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack.
And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just
always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. How about this free safety just being a football player and going and making the tackle?
Just playing free, right? Just floating around. He wasn't designed to blitz, but did a good job seeing the quarterback, going to him, getting him on the ground, and getting the sack.
Long way to go on second down. Here's Underwood to throw. Still looking. Finds his target. Open space at the 25. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That roughing call probably stems from frustration as this guy has cut them into pieces. And you have to try to apply heat to the quarterback, but you have to know when it's too much. The roughing the passer penalty gives him a first. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, BYU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just feeds the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Out wide right, it's Barnes. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Third and short now from their own 48. Quarterback changing the play. St. Clair from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down. And the Utes look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The give to the left. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They took the 3 on that last possession, and now they'll try to get it back on the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
BYU right back to the line. Throwing Underwood into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Using his legs, it's Henderson. And he's chased out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and they'll try to stick it in from there. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Sets his feet. It's Underwood. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, with players like that getting after him.
Splits the uprights. Good. Are forced to settle for the field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. The running back has it. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. So the final period starts with a second down play. St. Clair throws for the tight end. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
St. Clair from the gun on third down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Escapes the pressure to his right. Stands in and takes the hit. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And he's brought down. They believe the offense could convert the fourth down, and it paid off.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look.
Bubba. Sweet.
Tavian St. Clair. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Tavian on the play action. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. It's complete. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Return. Go.
Fourth down, St. Clair. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. The Utes in the hurry up. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Let it go!
Driving forward, it's Parley. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. And the Utes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Throwing St. Clair. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. That's his third touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
Well, it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback. You saw it right there. He is dialed in. He's finding his one-on-one matchups. He's making good decisions, and he's been so accurate. Now, 4 TD passes in this one, and that's why his team is way up here late in the game.
Freeze! Slide! Level!
Sets his feet. It's St. Clair. Under pressure. And they got it.
Great job by the defense. They got penetration in the backfield. They were trying to throw for it to get the 2-point conversion, but instead the defense comes up with a massive sack.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from it. Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it inside the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now through this defense moving forward.
Back on the attack. The give and tick. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Rush right in his face. Just got rid of that one.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
St. Clair from the gun on third down. They get to him as he throws. On target over the middle. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
The give on the counter. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll need a bunch on second down. He's changing the play. St. Clair throws to the tight end. Left side, it's Johnson. Bust through behind his pad. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point, the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Parker. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Tavian St. Clair just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down.
Man, as you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, the fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Underwood. Look out. Gets rid of it. Right side, it's Henderson. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Snags it and he's open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Out wide left, it's Casper. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He'll pull it down and run. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Going long. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19 into the red zone. It'll be first down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Reels it in. Touchdown, Cougars. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Bryce Underwood to the air again. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep your foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football.
He'll take a shot. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Throwing St. Clair. Fires downfield. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
And this is what leaders do at the quarterback position, guys. After throwing 2 picks a week ago, he was able to put that game behind him, refocused himself, got back in the film room. He looks like a different player this week.
And wanting to pile up some extra points. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They were certainly feeling the spirit in this edition of the Holy War, and it is the Utes who take the crown in this one. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA sports.